Zen update just released inside of Grow a Garden, and with it came this little Zen tree thing here, where you need to hand in a bunch of tranquil plants to grow your tree, and then with those tree you can get chi, which you could use in the Zen shop, which is actually broken. But you might be thinking how you can get tranquil, and in this video I'll be going through 3 increasingly better methods on how you guys can go ahead and get as many tranquil points as possible. And this is no BS, these are actually the most insane methods, so make sure you guys stick around because they only get crazier. Also make sure you guys subscribe to be part of the OG 200k, and let's get right on into it. So there's multiple ways that you guys can get tranquil, and the first one is obviously from the Zen event. Now I know that sounds self-explanatory, but later on we'll be going through some even more insane underground methods that literally nobody knows. But for now, the Zen event happens every hour and it lasts for 10 minutes. And basically how it works is it releases like these little tranquil like wisp things, and then they come over to your garden and they strike one of your plants. And then once they strike one of your plants, that plant will obtain the tranquil mutation, which you guys can go ahead and trade in to grow your tree. And then once you guys get the tranquil plants, you guys can go ahead, go to Unk the Monk, tell him to take your plant, and then you guys will gain Zen. And then once you guys hit the Zen milestone, you guys will grow the tree. Now, basically the best method to get them from this Zen event is to simply place a bunch of plants, because it happens based on kind of like the pollinated event from the Busy Bees update, where the weight of the plant is what matters and not the actual rarity of it. So what I would highly recommend doing is coming over here to the seed shop and not purchasing stuff like this. I'd recommend purchasing things like carrots, watermelons, pumpkins, apples, coconuts, cactus, like those things that are like pretty heavy but are quite hard to get, like mushrooms. That would be great, but obviously they need to be easy enough so you can get it. Obviously like burning bud is ideal. If you guys can get a burning bud tranquil, that would be absolutely insane. But for beginner stuff, I'd recommend stuff like watermelons, pumpkins, and carrots. Now if you guys don't want to stay in the game 24/7 to get this stuff, there are 2 options. Either you guys can send the alarm on your phone to join every hour, and then if you guys join every hour, you guys should be able to just join on these Zen events because they only last 10 minutes. Or another option is to simply leave your computer or your iPad or your console or whatever on AFK. And however you guys do that, just make sure you guys do that with like some sort of auto clicker or something like that. If you guys want a tutorial, let me know. But you guys can just completely leave your thing AFK, and then a bunch of your plants will obtain tranquil while you're gone, whether you're sleeping or you're going outside or whatever it may be. Now obviously the methods only get better, but for the next method to get tranquil, this is actually a super underground method, the Tanchuzuru, I think that's what it's called, and this pet actually gives the tranquil mutation in the most insane way, and stacking it with the thing that we're going to be doing at the end of the video, it's actually nuts. But if we go ahead and press view, you guys will see here, every 10 minutes, nearby fruits in a 15-star radius have a 5% chance to turn into tranquil. Now, if you have a bunch of these will actually give you a bunch of tranquil. I mean, 10 minutes and a 5% chance does not seem that likely, but it says in a 15-star radius, right? And a 15-star radius is like this far from there. So like that's actually pretty good, and it's on from all sides. And if you guys get 8 of these, you guys will be stacking up a bunch of tranquils. Like let's say if your garden is filled with carrots or something like that, which is really not that hard to do. Like if we come over to the actual Zen egg here, it is literally a 4.5% chance, which is like, it's not the hardest, but it's not the easiest. And I'm sure it's not going to have that much value anyway, because nobody knows about this method. So you guys can easily trade for these. And I don't know how to stress this enough, but this method is actually broken. Like let's say there's each one of these Tanchuzorus, like over here, like on each of these lines here, it basically covers up the entire garden. If you guys just spam a bunch of carrots down, you guys will be making trillions with this new event. Now this is like a method 2.5 because the last method is actually broken, but you guys can literally just get these by trading. The tranquil thing is not that rare, okay guys? Like it is not like a prized possession of any sort. So you guys can literally just big players for them. Like it's not that hard. And speaking of big and players, another thing you guys can do is obviously do the carrot method or the pumpkin or watermelon or whatever I said, but you guys can do them on alt accounts, alright guys? So get like your mum's phone, get your phone, get your dad's phone, anything like that that you can, and just spam down a bunch of carrots, because carrots are so cheap. And if you guys just buy out these things every 5 minutes, like there's around like 10 carrots, you guys will be able to place a max garden of 250 super fast, and then you guys will be able to gather up a bunch of Tranquil if you trade them all over to your main account. But I think now it's time we go over the final method. But before we go over that, make sure you guys are subscribed to be part of the OG 200k because we are so close. But anyways, now if you guys come over to the shop, we all know that you guys need to complete a certain amount of Unk the Monk's trees before you can unlock certain recipes. And by going all the way down to the bottom where nobody goes, there's this new pet shard Tranquil. Now guys, this is actually broken. Like, this is actually a broken item. Look at this. Calms your pet's mind and makes it Tranquil. This thing, you have to grow Unk Monk's tree 7 times to unlock it. But let me tell you guys, it is so worth it. Now, basically, what this pet shard Tranquil is, I actually bought one with Robux, so this video better get a lot of views because I spent money on this. But anyways, this thing will give the Tranquil pet mutation to any of your pets, and basically what this thing does is actually insane. Because usually, if you guys want to get the Tranquil mutation, it's only a 3% chance from the pet mutation machine, not to mention that you need a level 50. So, you guys can obviously get it from pet mutations, like that is definitely a possibility, but the chance of that is 1 in 33, which is like not that good. But using this brand new item, you guys can get it guaranteed on a level 1 pet even. Now, basically, what the Tranquil mutation does, let me just go ahead and apply this thing just so you guys can see. So I'm just going to get like a dog or something. I don't know. Like let me get a random pet. Let me get this toucan. Sure, let me get this toucan. And we're just gonna go to my garden. We're gonna place that thing down, and then we're gonna get the pet shard. Now, basically, all we need to do with this thing is just go ahead and click our pet. And then once we click this pet, it'll turn Tranquil. Look at this, guys. It just turns like a complete skid. And if we go ahead and press view on this thing, we can see here, Tranquil. Every 25 minutes, a nearby fruit finds in a piece, applying the Tranquil mutation. Yes, guys, if you guys get these Tranquil pet shards, you guys will get a guaranteed Tranquil plant every 25 minutes, which is actually super crazy because like you guys can just earn that passively while you're doing the other methods. So while you're begging people for fruits, while you have alt accounts on for these Zen events, you guys can have this going and it's going to do it at the same time. This method is literally insane. Not to mention it looks sick. Like, holy, look at this toucan, bro. He is mad swaggy. He's got like glow on it and everything. You guys obviously need to make sure that you grind up enough chi for this, but like it's really not that expensive. Like I know it's at the bottom, but like it's not that expensive. So make sure you guys have like an auto clicker of some sort on this thing so you guys can get ready for it when it's in stock, or you guys can go ahead and restock it with shekels. That's obviously another great option if you guys want to get this item as fast as possible. But anyways, make sure you guys subscribe to be part of the OG 200k, and please like and subscribe. Like, bro, come on, and I'll see you all later. Bye.